Всем привет, я Ева, и сейчас я собираюсь доразбирать напутственную речь Стива Джобса, Стив Джобс Commencement Speech, вот, и получается это третья часть, вот, две предыдущие вы можете посмотреть на канале. Мы остановились прямо на третьей истории из его жизни, так что вот. Я попробую, то есть, читать абзац и самую такую главную мысль переведу вам. Вот. My third story is about death. When I was 17, I read a quote that went something like, "If you live each day as if it was your last, someday you will most certainly be right." It made an impression on me, and since then, for the past 33 years, I have looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today was the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for many days in a row, I know I need to change something. То есть он прочитал цитату одну, что если ты живешь каждый день как последний, то в какой-то день так и будет. И это произвело на него впечатление. Что по лексике можно... Made impression on me. No, made an impression. Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Because almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death. Да, тут кто-то звонит. In the face of death, living only what is truly important. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You are already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart. Здесь воодушевляющий спич, да, что как бы перед смертью, да, то есть смерть скорая, быстрая, что ты скоро умрешь, да, вот это вот как бы мотивация убирает все страхи, они просто как испаряются, вот, и поэтому нужно это всегда как бы держать в памяти, что как бы ты умрешь, и если не оставишь ничего после себя, то как бы пинай на себя. In the face of death. Trap of thinking. Ловушка мыслей, не знаю. Надо будет посмотреть. About a year ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. I had a scan at 7:30 in the morning, and it certainly showed a tumor on my pancreas. I didn't even know what a pancreas was. The doctors told me this was almost certainly a type of cancer that is incurable, and that I should expect to live no longer than 3 to 6 months. Incurable. Неизлечимый. My doctor advised me to go home, and get my affairs in order. which is doctor's code for prepare to die. It means to try to tell your kids everything you thought you'd have the next 10 years to tell them in just a few months. It means to make sure everything is buttoned up, so that it will be as easy as possible for your family. It means to say your goodbyes. Ну, то есть он был диагностирован, да, что у него рак, и он говорит, что как бы он хотел, да, грустно. То есть он думал, что у него есть 10 лет сказать, говорить с детям, как он их любит, там, все подобное, а у него только осталось от 3 до 6 месяцев. I lived with the diagnosis all day. Later that evening I had a biopsy, where they stuck an endoscope down my throat, through my stomach, and into my intestines, put a needle into my pancreas, and got a few cells from the tumor. I was sedated, but my wife, who was there, told me that when they viewed the cells under a microscope, the doctor started crying, because it turned out to be a very rare form of pancreatic cancer that is curable with surgery. I had the surgery and I'm fine now. Так, что интересного? Curable with surgery. То есть потом у него еще взяли биопсию. Кто смотрел доктора, кто примерно понимает, что это такое. Получается, на анализ взяли. И потом оказалось, что это очень редкий вид рака, который все-таки лечится. И его вылечили. Провели операцию, и все хорошо. He was okay. This was the closest I've been to facing death, and I hope it's the closest I get for a few more decades. Having lived through it, I can now say this to you with a bit more certainty. Надо будет узнать. Certainty that when death was a useful but purely intellectual concept. No one wants to die. Even people who want to go to heaven don't want to die to get there. And yet death is the destination we all share. No one has ever escaped it, and that is as it should be, because death is very likely the single best invention of life. It is life's change agent. It clears out the old to make way for the new. Right now, the new is you, but someday, not too long from now, you will gradually become the old and be cleared away. Sorry to be so dramatic, but it's quite true. То есть смерть — это лучшая, не инновация, а получается устройство жизни, что как бы жизнь циклична. Что я говорю? Ладно, я просто буду читать. Так трудно. Так, еще быстренько дочитаю. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. Down. Okay. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. When I was young, there was an amazing publication called The Whole Earth Catalog, which was one of the Bibles of my generation. It was created by a fellow named Stuart Brand, not far from here in Menlo Park, and he brought it to life with his poetic touch. This was the late 60s, before personal computers and desktop publishing. So it was all made with typewriters, scissors and Polaroid cameras. It was sort of like Google in paperbook form. Paperbook form. 35 years before Google came along. It was idealistic and overflowing with neat tools and great notions. Overflowing neat tools. Stuart and his team put out several issues of the World Earth Catalog, and then when it had run its course, they put out a final issue. It was the mid-70s, and I was your age. On the back cover of their final issue was a photograph of an early morning country road, the kind you might find yourself hitchhiking, on if you were an adventurous. Beneath it were the words, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." It was their farewell message as they signed off. Stay hungry, stay foolish. And I have always wished that for myself. And now, as you graduate to begin anew, I wish that for you. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Thank you very much for... Что-то он такое написал, вернее сказал. Да, вот так. Что тут интересно? Hitchhiking. Anew. Прям, это может, у меня тут пробел не поставился. Anew, как вместе стоит. Signed off. Прекратили выпускаться. Что такое? Да, то есть нужно оставаться голодным по отношению к жизни, можно сказать. Ну вот, и разобрали, получается, тут не сильно много новой лексики. Вот, я потом разберу, выложу в группу, там вы можете найти всю лексику, которую я выписывала из этой речи. Вот. Получается, вот время как раз не сходит. Time is up. So, thank you for watching. Спасибо, что смотрели. Подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайки, пишите мнение свое. Вот. Как лучше организовать такой процесс? Как по-вашему? Вот. Спасибо. Всем удачного дня. Have a good day and good luck.